What's going on, guys? It's your boy RBLXAang here, and today I'm back with another Roblox scripting tutorial. So today we're going to be doing something a little bit more advanced, I guess you could call it that, but it shouldn't be anything too hard. Today we're going to be manipulating the player's view with a script, alright? So what we're going to be doing is basically when the player spawns in, instead of looking at the player, they're going to look here, right? And they're going to start to spin around here, and they're going to do one complete spin, and then it'll go back to the character's view, alright? So the first thing you want to do is insert a part here, as I have this part. You need something to look at, so that's what we're going to do. Insert that part, and then what you're going to want to do, this is very specific, insert a local script into starter player scripts. Alright, so it's starter player, and then the bottom one, starter player scripts. And it has to be a local script, or else you're not going to be able to access the camera, which is probably the biggest part about this. Alright, so once you got that in, let's go ahead and begin. So first we're going to define our target, which is workspace.part. So I'm going to say, if I can spell right, I'm going to say local target equals workspace.part. And yes, you can say workspace. That's the exact same thing as game.workspace. So don't worry about that, guys. Alright? So next, what we're going to say is local camera equals workspace.current camera. Alright? So this one, we're getting the camera, and it's current camera, not camera. I used camera at first, and then I couldn't do it, and I was like, oh my gosh, what the heck? This is stupid. And I was like, okay, go back, workspace dot, and I looked through and I was like, wait, maybe it's current camera. What do you know? It was current camera, so make sure you use current camera, alright? Now, speaking of the camera, we're going to go ahead and modify it a little bit, because its preset settings doesn't make it scriptable, so we have to do that ourselves, alright? So to do that, we're going to say camera dot camera type. So camera dot camera type equals enum, or that stands for enumeration, which is basically just a whole crap ton of variables. All right, so that's what enum is. We can use enum dot camera type, and then we can say scriptable. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that we're actually viewing the part and not the player. So we're going to say camera dot camera subject equals what the target. I was about to say workspace dot part, and I was like, wait, we already have one of these. So if we join in here, take that play solo. There we go. Now I'm viewing the part. That's just how it is. Alright. So now that we have that, we're just going to go ahead and create some other variables. A local angle equals 0. And angle is what's going to give us our rotation. And you will see how I implement that number later. And we also are going to say local I equals 0, right? And this is going to make it so that we can only do one rotation, and we're not allowed to do more than one rotation, alright? So once you have that down, that's some pretty easy stuff. We're going to get into the more, advanced stuff. Make you feel good about yourself, alright? So what we're going to say is while wait do, right? So while wait do, so normally it's while true do, but if wait is true, then we're going to do whatever in this. And the fact that it's while true do means it's infinite, so as long as it's true, it will keep going. And I can say while I is greater than negative spam numbers, right? While I is greater than negative whatever that number is, do, and then every time I just say I equals I plus 1, and then that will continue to go infinite. Or you could just say while true do. You say while true do, and that works too. But that makes it infinite, so yeah, that's why we're going to do wait here. That also gives us a little bit of waiting period, so the script doesn't overload itself, alright? So let's go ahead and continue. So what we're going to say is I equals I plus 1, comma, space, print, and then in parentheses I, and we're going to do a semicolon, okay? So basically we're just going to say I equals I plus 1, so right now it's 0, so the first time we go through this, I is going to be 1, and we'll see in the output 1. And then the second time we go through, it will be 2, and then we'll see 2 in the output. Now, really quickly, I just want to show you guys how fast this thing goes. By the time I get to the output, we'll skip like 50. Nope, but I mean, that's pretty fast. Like, it's almost like a machine gun. Anyways, so yeah. Let's go ahead and continue with this, guys. Alright, so now we're going to say, this is where we start the normal view, right? Camera.coordinate frame equals, and there's actually a lot to this. Oh, I spelled frame wrong. Whoops. So there's actually a lot to this. So just bear with me, guys. It involves a lot of math, but in the end, the output or the look of it, I really love it, and I'm sure you guys will too. So anyways, I'm going to break this up into 4 parts because that's how much there are. Alright, so the first part is CFrame.new, and we're going to say target.position. Okay? So basically what that does is it puts us in the target's position, just like that. So now technically we're viewing the part, but we're in it, so we can't really see it. It becomes invisible, right? But fear not, I don't think that's 5. Oh, it is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There it is. Okay. But remember, we want to rotate around it. We don't just want to sit here and be like, oh, wow, that's cool. We get to be apart for a little bit. Okay, we want to actually rotate around it. All right, we want to go like that, except better, right? So what we're gonna say is so we have CFrame.new target.position. Now it's going to be times or multiplication, which is represented by asterisk or shift 8, however you get the multiplication symbol in there, and it's going to be CFrame not .new .angles and then 0 angle 0. All right. Now let's go ahead and try this and test this out. What the heck, we're not moving. But that's okay, and I know why. The reason why is because right now, angle is at 0. And as we continue to go through this script, it will also be 0. There's nothing in our script that manipulates the angle variable itself, alright? But don't worry, do not fear. We will get there later, alright? So the next thing, after you've got your rotation, what you want to do is you don't want to be so close to the brick. You want to be back a little bit, but you kind of want to be up a little bit too, so that we can kind of like look down on it as if like it was our peasant, right? So what we're going to say is times CFrame dot new this time, and then this one I went ahead and experimented to see what I liked, and I came up with 055. You guys can do whatever you want. It doesn't matter to me. I went ahead and did CFrame.new 055. Alright? So basically that puts us 5 studs up and 5 studs back from the brick. Okay? So now, if you noticed, so we kind of have to imagine it right now. See, we're up like this. And if we rotate, we're only going to see part of it. And I guess I can give you the rotate part now, right? So just drop 2 lines, and then you're going to say angle equals angle plus math.rad1. And this turns this 1 into a form of degrees, so that will give us our spin. So watch. See, so now we're spinning, but if you look down here, we can only see part of it. And so what we need to do is instead of looking down, right, what we want to do, or instead of looking like this, my bad, we want to look down, alright? So, to do that, and this is probably the hardest part of the script, let me just say that, what we're going to do is, again, another multiplication times, right? But this time it's not CFrame.new or CFrame.angles. It's CFrame.fromAxisAngle. Alright? So that turns our angle into an axis formation, XYZ, right? So, there's 2 parts to this, and I like to do X, Y, just so I know about the 2 parts, alright? So, X is going to be, instead of X, what it really is vector 3. Now, most of you do vector3.new, but that's not what it is. It's vector3.fromAxis, because that's what we're working with in axes, right? So, vector3.fromAxis, and in the parentheses that gives you, these 2 right here, you're going to say enum, remember, enumeration, enum.axis.x, alright? And outside of that, we're going to say times -5, right? So now we have our x, and then we're going to do our y, which is 0.25 times math.pi. And this is basically a radian, so that gives us our tilted look, and this here defines what axis we're going to be on, right? So now that we have that, let's go ahead and test it out. See, so now we're looking down on it, spinning around. I mean, how cool is that? And now, let's just wait. And there. Nope, we're going to keep going. And there's a reason why we keep going. It's because we haven't we haven't told the script to stop. It's just going to keep going and going and going and going and going, right? So, what we're going to do is we're going to say if I is greater than 360, then, now, let me give you a little bit of an insight. Why is it 360? Why is it not 1000? Why is it not 620? Why is it 360? Well, if you remember here, we have math.radian here, and that turns it into degrees. We have angles here, degrees, 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 radian right here, degrees. So we're working with degree here, right? And even our rotation here, that's a degrees, right? One full rotation is 360 degrees, right? So that's why we're saying 360. That defines that we're only going to do one rotation, okay? So if our number, is greater than 360 degrees, meaning that we have gone around we've gone in an entire circle once, then we're going to say camera type equals enumeration dot camera type dot custom. Alright, so you know when you first join in the game and you can be like, oh, look at that, I can, woohoo, you know, that's basically what custom is. You can have a custom look vector. Alright, then we're going to say camera, not like that, camera, no, not like that either, camera, like that, dot camera subject equals game dot players dot not dot player added dot local player dot character dot humanoid. Alright, so that gives us our normal look as if we joined the game and this didn't happen, okay? And then break. That's all you gotta say. And that is actually the complete script. So if we test it out here, as you see, we're going to do oh, not that, we're gonna do one complete and full rotation. Here's my character too. One full rotation, and now I'm back to my character, right? And yeah, that's basically it. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really super do appreciate it. Let me zoom that out here so that you guys can see. Not like that. Okay. No, I'm gonna go out one. Okay. Now, thank you guys so much for watching. I really, really, really do appreciate it, especially since I'm new here and I'm kind of just getting started. If you guys thought that this was helpful at all, I really hope it was. Go ahead and leave a like. If you want to see more of my videos, feel free to subscribe. I am always open to a subscribe. Wink, wink. I don't even know. That just makes me sound like a nerd. Anyways, guys, if you guys want to see me do anything custom, basically anything you guys want me to do, leave that in the comments below, and I will make sure to make a video on that. Alright? And yeah, that's just gonna be it, guys. I hope you guys have a very nice day, and I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.